Was Zurich? Yeah, no, I'll get it eventually, but then by that time the case will be done. Come on up.
Everybody messes it up.
Morning, Your Honor. Cheryl, welcome on behalf of the plaintiff.
It's your name, sir.
Jack was York.
Okay. And where are we on this? This is my motion.
Your Honor, it was, I don't think he can argue the motion. There was a motion filed that was drafted clearly by legal aid, but signed by Mr. Wazorek. This was a health hazard due to bed bugs and the landlord not being able to access the premises not available denying and default judgment. And I know Your Honor wanted to review this last week. It's landlord's position.
Go ahead.
I was just say it's landlord's position. We want possession of the premise. Issues with housekeeping, cleanliness. It's not an ongoing problem. I'm very willing and ready to argue that Park Forest does not apply. I'll leave it to you what you want to hear, but I'm strongly requesting a judgment here to stand.
Sure, go ahead.
Your Honor, I have had in there twice inspecting my place. They never,
They being who?
Arbor One, never came in. Wendy, the assistant manager, problem, the garbage bags, like I described them as garbage. Those were pots and stuff we had to put in the bags because they wanted cockroaches. Years I've never seen a cockroach. They turned it into, it's garbage. There's garbage all over the house. They never brought anybody in. I had a friend of mine, $100 after that to come in. Everything was in line. You got an affidavit from legal aid showing that RPI had been here twice and gave me a pass inspection. They passed me twice. Arbor One has never come in to my house. Wendy told me she got the report on a Friday. She said she'd have somebody in there Monday. Nobody ever showed up at all to do an inspection at the court judgment and bring them in on it. Which I told Arbor One, I told the assistant manager, Wendy, I wouldn't get Arbor One into it if we could help it. She wouldn't let it go. I've been having problems with maintenance in there since 6 years. I've been having problems with maintenance. All I'm trying to do is keep a good place. Arbor One, RPI come in there twice. They said the inspection passed inspection. So they never come in. They never, Arbor One never came in and did any kind of inspection at all.
If I may just respond to this. First of all, I don't know what affidavit Mr. Wood just here. We're not talking about RPI. We're talking about we're talking the tree provider came to the unit on 2-2 was denied access, and then
that wasn't
of the hearing.
That wasn't the original.
Sir, I can let Ms. Luckoff go. I let you go for a while. I just go ahead, Ms. Luckoff.
The date of the hearing in front of Judge Barr, they were again denied entry. This is and there are bed bugs in the unit, and that's not. This is multifamily living. I don't have to tell the court that's not fair to the other residents. So we are asking that the judgment stand and we recover possession of the unit.
Your Honor, they called me.
Sir, what affidavit? Because I don't have,
Because there was one,
I don't have an affidavit either.
there's one from legal aid. They sent you a paperwork over. They sent you a bunch of paperwork over. Yes. That's who I received my, that I was supposed to see you.
Sir, hold on a moment. The only thing that I've received that I had in the court file, the only thing that I've received was the motion to set aside default supplement. And that's the document that's signed.
I have all the paperwork in my briefcase that I can show you.
Okay, but sir, did you let the treatment providers in?
They were told
That's a yes or no.
yes.
When
Not-
you
Not,
let them,
not at the time that they actually came the first two times when we were in court. Excuse me, Your Honor, but it's important that this is clarified. On the second, they were denied entry, and then on the court hearing date, which would have been after the fact, after the judgment was entered, they were permitted entry. Because
so they were
the
denied.
application,
Sir, they were denied entry on the 2nd and the 16th.
Correct.
Or the, yeah, the
And that's
16th.
date of the hearing was the 16th.
Incorrect.
So did they come in on the 2nd, sir?
No, they talked to Mathis, and he told them we weren't ready at that time. He wasn't
Okay.
part of it. I never denied him entry.
Well,
They never came to my door.
if you're not ready for the treatment, that's a denial of entry.
But that was not
On
me.
the 16th,
On the 16th, to come in. I told him it's off for a couple hours. I met with Zoom on Zoom with the other court.
so
with the other
hold on a
judge.
second, sir. So tell me is that date the unit wasn't ready to be sprayed either?
Yes, he sprayed. We
Then-
just had
Then
to.
why were you?
Just because I was in court at court at that time. Warning that he was up or coming, it's supposed to take 24 hours notice. They just pop in the door. I had to go to court on Zoom with the other judge. I did not deny them entry. I told them inspect. I said, but can you wait until a couple of hours? They don't give me no time. They want to do it when they want.
Exactly, sir. They needed the treatment.
But they don't. We have a house we have to maintain ourselves. And when I'm on Zoom, on phone, all I'm asking for, I'll move out. I just need more time.
That's what he
That's
said
what
2
they
weeks
want.
ago.
They want me to move out. I'll move out. I just need more time to do it. See, the assistant manager, I don't know if this lawyer knows it or not, but they called. I don't know.
Hey, let me put it to you real straightforward. Listen to what you told me. I looked at everything, and those two would be considered.
But yeah, they didn't even start with the bed.
If you can argue, I'm telling you what I'm finding.
Well, do a trial with this because this is not right. I've been haunted by this company for maintenance. The first
Sir,
maintenance.
I'm telling you what my finding is. Now, if you want to do, I don't have a problem with that. I'm explaining what my findings are. Understood? Is that a yes?
Yes.
So that the bar found that they were entitled to that, the writ should be signed. You indicated to me that you will move, but that you needed time. So my question to you is, how much time did you need to move?
At least till like June.
Well, that's not going to happen.
Okay, because what it is the assistant manager called me last night at 7:00 and told me they were coming in to exterminate today. I told him, yeah. I said, I'm not going to be there. I'm going to be at court, but they have access to come. And I'm asking, why would they do that if they want us out anyways?
Because the problem that's causes problems for all of the other residents. If your unit doesn't get exterminated, the building has a problem. That's why.
Understand that. I've been self-exterminating myself before they out up. I was self-exterminating with Orthex or whatever it is. I paid $20 a gallon for it. Totally. And I know what the problem is. I have to do my couch. My couch is a major, and I'm getting rid of the couch this month. I need a couch. A major problem is right there. They're all in the couch. There's nowhere else in the house that they're accumulating that. Just in there. And the other problem is the people that moved out before me in the built out 3 months before our one discovered they moved. They had to remove their couch and love seat because they left it behind.
Okay. All of that's fine. The problem is that the landlord, you objected when you came in here, the hearing that took place before Judge Barr. That's what you were giving me, which is the only reason that I set this where I did. The problem here is that there was a denial of entry to the premises.
But that one is not on the court docket.
It just is. It is what it is, sir.
But Your Honor, what I'm trying to say, though, is through the original judgment, now they said we didn't prep for the bed bugs first time when they gave the court order. They never gave me a prep sheet. They never told me. They said, "Oh, go back to your prep sheet in December." We never got a prep sheet in December at all. They started us in January, and they said, "Go back to your prep sheet you got December to prep it." Well, I didn't never got no prep sheet on bed bugs. We get a prep sheet on cockroaches, which is total different prep. It's a total different prep for cockroaches and bed bugs. We never received a prep sheet for bed bugs, so we didn't know what to prep. So how could I bring them in and say, "Yeah, we'll prep," when I don't have a prep sheet to know how to prep it or what they want for prep? And even the exterminator came in there and I asked him, he said no. He said, I didn't get a work order on bed bugs. They didn't even get a work order on it.
Your Honor,
Sir, Let me just say this. Every time I tell you what I'm finding, you keep telling me something new. It doesn't work that way.
But you're going to
I'm
only
dear-
2 times, Your Honor. They're going to, you're only going to 2 times.
Keep interrupting me all you want.
I'm sorry.
It's not going to change my decision.
I'm sorry. It's just,
There was a hearing that was held on this. The hearing, I don't find a defect in the hearing. I don't find a defect in the hearing. Judgment will stand. The writ will issue.
how long?
I'm done. The writ issues. It's the statutory. There's no period, sir. There was a hearing that was held.
Well, how are they going to give me time?
So you're operating on borrowed time.
Well, because I'm going to lose, if this writ goes through, I lose my Section 8.
I
And I have a way of paying my rent or anything. I've been there 6.5 years. They have a problem at all to them. And because of bed bugs they're supposed to eliminate, I'm being accused. I haven't even been that is for me to be evicted. I'm asking, I just need a little mind. Yeah. You know, I need at least a month, and now no place is going to touch me with an eviction. I'm hit. I'm 60 years time for that. And I retire. I told them up front, I would work with my stuff. I said, no problem. I'll work with you. We got to work with it. Work with it. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I was never given a lawyer. I had to sit here and defend a lawyer when I don't have that kind of smarts. I'm not that smart to deal with a lawyer. You know, I'm not even given a chance to for a.
Sir, do not come before me and tell me that as a tenant, you're not given a chance, not before me, because that doesn't happen.
Called a lawyer. They said they didn't have a lawyer for me.
Sir, you have interrupted me constantly through these proceedings.
I'm sorry.
Now are intending.
I apologize.
No, do not interrupt me again. You now want to insult me by saying that somehow or another you don't get a fair hearing when you came here. When you came here the first time, I told you what I would do. I read your motion. I went through everything to see whether or not there had been something, because you claimed a number of defects. I then bring you back here, have treated you fairly, have listened to everything you have said. And how dare you say to this court that somehow or another you don't get a fair hearing for me? I've made my ruling. I'm done. Thank you. I'd suggest that you close your mouth as you leave, because otherwise you're going to be going with my bailiff.
upset.
And I did just go over with Mr. Thomas how to go about getting a valid driver's license. He does just need a little bit of time to get that done.
Has he started on?
Yeah, he didn't because he didn't know how the proper procedures and what to do, but I did discuss that with him yesterday.
November 6, 2020 through the end of May 2021, he was just acting stupid. So
Yes, sir.
just put it that way. And
Yes,
so that he did. So otherwise he'd be. So I'm not sure. So on things, and you know what I'm about. Did
Yes,
you
sir.
get all the fines and costs and everything paid?
That's what I
was wondering. So you still owe money to courts?
yes, sir. But
deal?
I'm paying off. I think I got one case and it was like an old fine. That should be.
No. So you got. So you must have been doing some other stuff too. I don't. Yep. So.
Oh no, that's not.